year, and we're going to continue with education here, not the music kind, but the hit the books kind. We're going to talk about what you should really do as a parent if your child may be failing in class. Beverly Stewart is the founder and director of Back to Basics, and she's here with some help for parents who may find a child that's struggling. Nice to have you with us.
Thanks.
All right, so you know it's coming down to the finish line here, and when you can see that tape and you're about to cross it, is it too late if your child is really lagging behind in their grades right now?
Well, it is and it isn't, Connie. It depends on the age of the child, the grade that they're in.
Okay.
If the student has failed all year up to this point, first of all, let's hope there's been a lot of communication with the school and the parent.
Sure.
But no, there's not a lot of hope to bring it up. If it's one class, well, there's a little bit of time to maybe bring it up a little bit.
Okay.
Still not enough knowledge, really, to go into the next year, but for now, it could bring it up. The bottom line is I don't want parents to give the impression to students, well, let's just throw in the towel.
Right.
I mean, what kind of message are we giving to them if we just say, oh, well, let's just give up. Let's just forget about the next 3 to 4 or 5 weeks. Forget it. At the very least, the parents should help encourage them, maybe sit down with them if they can, at least help a little bit, get the confidence up a little bit, the skills up a little bit, hire a private tutor. I just don't want them to give that impression that it's okay just to say, well, let's just scrap it now.
That's where we are.
Might as well just forget it.
Yeah, okay. So there are some things that we can do, some options really that parents have at this point in the game. One of them as we head toward the end of the school year is looking towards summer school.
Definitely.
How important is that? Because there's always that stigma with summer school.
Right. Well, summer school is for many reasons, but particularly to build the skills. But it's important that we look at what the real reason is the student really getting it? Some summer schools are honestly just a little bit too easy because they honestly want to pass the kids on.
Yeah.
Others are pretty remedial in nature and actually help for the next year. So the parent needs to see, is this the summer school that's really going to get ready for next year, or is this just to pass him on? I mean, now the school is going to dictate if the student has to take summer school or not.
Right.
So obviously that's with an F.
You're going
if there's
or
a
not.
D, unfortunately, usually our system passes them on. But for example, my company, Back to Basics, does provide state-approved makeup credit for high schoolers. So if the student failed the course, they can take it with us in the summer one-on-one, so they're getting a lot more academically than they are in a class in summer.
And that's really important because then they're heading in with new confidence to the new year.
Absolutely. It's the confidence, it's the skills, particularly if you have subjects like Algebra 1, Spanish 1, things that go into a next level that definitely build. Any kind of math, you know, and any kind of language is going to do that.
Okay.
So they do need to do something over the summer. Even if they have a D, they really should do something. The parents could hire someone.
Okay, which takes us to our next place, because really if you're not going to repeat the class and you got a D or you got a C, or you know, if you're in a family where a B is a big deal, then you might want to look at some one-on-one training and tutoring. And how important is that, and how expensive can that be?
Well, it's really important because we shouldn't go, any of us, 3 months or 2.5 months without studying something. We will all lose. It's just the human brain. So if you have a student that already got a C or a D, they're only going to lose more. And so going into the next year, as you say, they're not going to be confident. They're already going to be behind the 8 ball, and that's just not a good way to start a year.
Okay.
So as far as expense, it varies across the country, or you know, of course, the East Coast, but really it's so worth it because it's one-on-one private instruction geared to that student. You can't replace that. You can never take away knowledge. So you've given your child a gift of that knowledge and that confidence boost.
Continue to build that foundation.
Absolutely, and that's for any age. Now, if they're younger and they don't get grades, you know, sometimes K to 3, they don't give grades, they give satisfactory or check marks or so forth. The parents can get workbooks, many different stores, and help the child at home to do some of that over the summer. Reading every day is important, even if it's 15 minutes for younger ones.
Sure.
And for older ones, magazines, books, whatever they like, just keep the reading going.
Okay, so those at-home workbooks are really important too. Is there a place where you should just say, you know what, we need to take you out of this school and move you to another school, because I really feel like that it's not so much the what you're trying to comprehend, it's not your issue, it's more of a bigger environmental issue.
Sure, absolutely. And again, the communication should be going on all year, and that's really, I look at the parents and the teachers as sort of cohorts in this, to work cooperatively for the child. Yes, so let's hope that it doesn't get to May or June, and now the parent hears the child's not doing well. Of course, they've got report cards and progress notes. But it is something that they could consider, but they have to look at the whole picture. Okay.
Beverly Stewart, nice to have you with us.
Thank you, Connie.
She's the founder of Back to Basics Learning Dynamics, and if you'd like more information, you can get all of it on our website at cn8.tv/yourmorning. Great.